Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Killer Booty by rockratzero. Arg. So, before I get onto the puzzle, there's a couple of things I want to mention. First one is thank you to Kenny FA for giving me a super thanks. I know it seems like probably a long time ago that you gave that to me, but I do record in advance, and it actually took me a couple of days to notice. So thank you for that one. Really do appreciate it, particularly at the moment when I'm having to reduce my hours at work. The other thing, so at the moment, this is probably about the time when my patrons have stopped nominating puzzles for the Best of 2022. As again, a record in advance. And what that means is I'm probably currently working on the the list so that people can start voting. I'm going to try and schedule that list to go live probably somewhere around the 9th or 10th of December, so people can start voting. I've got to find time to do all the admin and get all that working. So yeah, hopefully that will work. If Keep an eye out. I'll post something in the community tab when that goes live, and when it's definitely gone live, I will mention it in videos. The other thing I want to mention is I've had a couple of people recently ask me what I listen to when I'm recording. And I thought I would just take a minute to explain. So I've done 435 videos now. This is 436, as well as probably about 80 other videos for different playlists. And for all but probably about a dozen of those, I've listened to Kitaro albums. I've got about 20 Kitaro albums that I've just listened to on repeat because I find them relaxing and soothing and very, very cool. And I really like Kitaro as an artist. I've changed it up a bit recently. I've been listening to a Like Classics channel, which is what I'm listening to at the moment on YouTube Music. So because I have a YouTube Premium membership, I just found that and I've been running that through. So yeah, I just try and find something that is relaxing and calming to put on in the background. The problem with some things where I'm not 100% curated playlist is occasionally I will get something that is very boisterous or whatever, and that really changes the mood and can be very distracting, which is okay if I'm solving for me because I can just sort of get into it. But and often when I'm solving not on camera, I will put on something very, very different. But for solving on camera, I try and come up with something a little bit light and relaxing. And if you've never listened to Kitaro, I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, anyway, for background music, not necessarily to actively listen to, but I do that as well. Anyway, back to the puzzle. Killer Booty by rockratzero. So this is a little bit different. This is definitely a puzzle that would have been interesting for caging constraints. So what do we have here? Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have killer cages. So digits in cages must sum to the top number in the top left corner of the cage, and digits cannot repeat within cages. So these two digits will sum to 11, and we cannot repeat digits. Repeating digits matters for this cage, for example. So for example, we could not make those two digits 3 and then have these digits sum to 10 because that would be repeating digits in the cage. That does not work. The other thing we have is in this one, these cages are all big booty cages, which is in every cage, the largest digit will be found in the lowest row of the cage, which means that this digit will be larger than this digit. But if we think about this 14 cage, all it means is the largest digit in the cage will be one of these three. It doesn't tell us exactly where, but because this is the bottom row of the cage, it just means that the largest digit in the cage must be down here. This is really cool, and I have no idea. I've never seen anything quite like this before, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. So they're the rules. Looking forward to this one. Let's give it a shot. Gonna restart my timer. Okay. So where do I want to look? Well, I mean, if we know about this 11 cage, it's either going to be 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, or 5, 6. And this is a good example of how this is going to work because it does. I mean, this is not a great example of how it's going to work because this has all of the options in it. But Yeah. Oh, hang on, but a 30 kg in 4 is forced. So this has to be 9. And this is 6, 7, 8. But it would be very easy when doing this to think that this has to go up or whatever and this has to be the 8, but it doesn't. This could be the 6 and this could be the 8 and this could be the 7 or whatever. Once you've got the largest digit in the lowest row, the rest could be anything. And that's something to watch out for. Can't put a 9 in this 12 cage anymore. And yes, I am using Sven's built-in killer calculator. So 6, 7, 8 here. Oh, this 15 cage. Oh, this 9 forces this 15 cage because it could have either been 6, 9 or 7, 8, but it can't be 6, 9 anymore. So this is 7 and 8. That takes 7 out of here, which forces 7 in here, which takes 7 out of there, which means this can't be a 4. This is weird. I... So this 7 cage, well, it can't be 1, 6. So it's either 2, 5 or 3, 4. And the reason it can't be 6 is because 6 is definitely up here. 12? So the largest, this is either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So either way, there is a 1 and 2, but this has to be the largest digit, which is the 5 and 6. There is a 1 or 2 up here, which means this is 3, this is 4. And this can't be 1, 2, 3 anymore. This is 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, 4 goes with a 5. This is weird. I was about to say that changes this, but it means that this can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4, which it never could have been. This could only be 6 or higher because the largest digit in a 16 cage can only be 6, 7, 8 or 9. What are these digits? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2 and 5. So the largest digit in the 18 cage can't be a 7. So if this was 5, 6, 7, 7 would have to go down here because of the rule that the largest digit. So this can't be a 5, 6, 7 cage because of the rule. 5, 6, 7 would put 7 in one of those two and that can't happen. Oh, it can't have... The largest digit in this also can't be 8. Because if the largest digit in this cage was an 8, they'd have to go in here, and there's already an 8 in this box. So that will eliminate 4, 6, 8, 3, 7, 8. So the largest digit in this cage must be a 9, because by default in an 18 cage, the largest digit must be a 7, an 8, or a 9. So there is a 9 in one of those two, which means there's a 9 in one of those three. But this can't be a 9 because this is a 9 cage. It'd be 9, 0. And this can't be a 9 because if it was a 9, it'd be the largest digit in the cage and the largest digit has to go in the bottom row. So this becomes a 9. That's cool. Hang on, a 16 cage is forced. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, which has to go in the bottom row. That makes this the 8, and there's no 8 in here. That's been there for ages. 6, 7 takes 6 out of this, which takes 5 out of this. Now there's an 8 in one of these two. Now this could be 8, 1. Now if there's an 8 here, there's a 9 in this cage. And this would be a 1. And it can't be. This can't be the 8. Because if this is 8, the other two digits have to sum to 10. But there has to be a larger digit than the 8 if this is the 8. So this would have to be 8, 9, 1. This would be 9, this would be 1, but I can't put 1 in this box. So this can't be the 8. This is the 8, this is the 1. This is cool. There's no 1 here, there's no 1 here. There's a 5 or a... Hang on. I've already got the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 7 and an 8 in there somewhere. Not sure. So there's no 8 in this anymore. So this is only from 5, 6, and 7 now. Now this 30 cage, the largest digit is an 8 or a 9, but that's kind of not forced at all. All I know is there's an 8 or a 9, probably a 9 down here, because there's only one option that doesn't use a 9 as the largest digit, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't see any reason why I can't use 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This 16 cage, I can't use anything that has 2 and 3 in it anymore because that would break this cell. So there must be a 1 in this cage, and it must be in one of those 2 cells here, because 1 can't be here and it can't be at the bottom because it has to be the largest cell in the bottom. So there's a 1 in one of those 2. And this is marking cage. So there can't be an option in the 16 cage that invalidates this. So 9, 3. It could be 9, 2 if this is 8, 3. But I can't use 9, 3 or 8, 2. So I can't use 1, 2, 5, 8 in the 16 cage. But everything else seems possible. This could still be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, have I looked at this 14 cage? Kind of have. This is 5, 6, 7, or... I can't put a 9... There's a 9 in one of those 2, because I can't put a 9 in a 14 cage, because if I do, the other 3 cells have to add to 5, and the minimum is 1, 2, 3, which is 6. So there's a 9 in one of those 2. Which does pretty close to nothing. If the largest, if the largest digit in here was 5, then this would have to be 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this can't be 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if this was 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd have 2 from 2, 3, and 4 in here, and I'd have 5 of 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is not 2, 3, 4, 5. I also don't think it can be... So there has to be 2 digits in here that are higher than 4. Because of this row. Because if this cage had 2 digits from 3 digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 of them would have to go here, and I'd have 5 digits from 1, 2, 3, 4. So anything that has 3 digits from 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 8, no. 1, 2, 4, 7, no. 1, 2, 5, 6, yes. 1, 3, 4, 6, no. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. So this is 1, 2, 5, 6, and I can't put 6 at the top, and there must be a 6 down here. So this is a 7, and this is a 6. And this is now an 8, 9 pair. 4 must be over here, and 3 must be over here. So this is not 3 or 4. This is 1 or 2, which is okay because this is the largest digit in the cage. 5 is in here as well, so this is not 5. This is 1 or 2. Now this can't be 1, 2, 5, or 6. But this could be 8, 1, 9 still, because the 9 is still at the bottom. 279. This would be 7 with 29. That seems okay. 369. This would be 3. Well, I can't put 6 in this cage, so it can't be 369. And 459. 459 works. So it just can't be 369. Yeah, I can't put 6 in it because there's two sixes looking at it. That's the smarter way of doing it. 6 is in one of those two by Sudoku. Because 6 is not in here, and there's 5. The 6 here looks saying is not there. So these are all from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it this 12 cage now? I don't know. This is from 5, 6, or 7, but that's not limited. 16 cage. It's still 6, 7, 8, or 9. If it's 8 or 9, it forces that, but it doesn't. It's not a problem to force that. Seven is in one of those three. Now, can I put 7 there? If I put 7 there, I need to put a larger digit here. So I'd have to put an 8 or a 9 down here. But 279, I could... Well, I couldn't put 729. That wouldn't work. But I could possibly put 738. So if this is a 7, this is a 3-8. And that works because 8 is the highest digit and in the bottom row. So I can't eliminate 7 from there. This 30 cage... I mean, these are just from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is from 5, 6, or 9. Hooray. Seven and 8 are limited to those cells. But I could just put them in those two, because if I put 7 or 8 there, oh, that still works as well, because if this could be 8 with 1 9 or 7 with 2 9, there's nothing. If this is a 1, what does this become? This would have to have a 2 or a 3 in it. How? I mean, this is a... So these are only from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because looking at the lowest two digits that go into a 12 cage, 147, 156, 237, 246, or 345, they must be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means the 6s and the 7s go in, whoops, the 6s and the 7s go in here. But I can never put a 7 this high up a 16 cage. Because if I put a 7 in here, I'd have to put something higher down here. And if I put 7 and 8, that's 15. And the other two cells would have to sum up to 1. And if I did 7, 9, then I've already hit 16 and the other two cells would have to sum it up to 0. I can never put 7 there. That's the 7. And now 6 is in this cage. But hang on, this is a 7. So this is 1, 4, or 2, 3. So it's either 1, 4, or 2, 3. I'm not sure I can narrow that down. But there is a 6 in this cage, and it's not at the bottom. So there needs to be a 6 in this cage, not as the largest digit. But I still have to get to 16. So this has to be 1, 2, 6, 7. Because if I do a digit higher than 6, the minimum I could do is a 7, which means the other digits have to sum to 9, and 1, 2, the minimum digits in 6 is a 9. So 1, 2, 6, 9, 1, 2, 6 here with the very smallest digit I could put that's higher. This is a 7, and this is a 1, 2, 6. This is not the 6, and this is not the 1. That is bonkers. And this 1, 2, 6 makes this a 3, which makes this an 8, and this a 9. And what is this triple now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Well, there's no 9 there. There's no 9 there. This is a 9 right at the bottom. This is a 4, 5 pair. This is now a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. There's no 9 there. There is a 9 in here. So there is a 9. So this is no longer 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because there must be a 9 in here. That's not actually helping that much. Hang on, this 7. Oh, I've already done this. This 6, 7 trick was really nice. Hang on, there's a 3 in this cage. These have to sum to 5, and there's a 3 in this cage because there's no 3 there and there's no 3 there. So this is 2, 3. So where's the 4 in this cage? It's there. This is 5. There's no 2 here. This is 6. This is 1. This is 2. This is 5. There's no 2 here. This is 1. This is 2. And this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4. This is the 1 though. So this is the 4 and this is the 1. And there's no 1 down here. This is 2, 5, 6. So there's no 2 over here and the 2 in this cage is there. This is cool. This 2 takes 2 out of there. Now this is limited. But that's not. So if it's 189, this is 8 and this is a 19. If it's 279, this is a 7 and this is a 29. If it's 459, this is a 4 and this is a 59. And that really doesn't help me that much. I've got the makeup of all of the cages except this one, and this one. Is it this row? 2, 3, 4, and 6. So this is not a 7 anymore. So the 7 is in here. So this is 2, 3, 4. So this cage is no longer a 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, Hooray. So the largest digit is an 8 or a 9 in this cage. And it can't be 189 anymore. So it must have a 234. So it can't be a 189. 279, maybe. 369. It can't be 369 because I can't put 6 or 9 in either of these cells. In this cell. Sorry. So 3 and then I can't do 69. So it can't be 369. 378 would work. Can't be 459 because I can't put 5 in either of those cells. So it's not 459. 378 works. 468. 4, this would be 68. 6 and 8. That could work. 5 is somewhere in here. Well, it's in one of those 3. Nine is in one of these 2. Three is down here. 4 is down here. Three is not in this cage because the options were eliminated. I couldn't do 7, 8, and I couldn't do 6, 9 because I couldn't put a 6 in here. Right. So 3 is in one of those 2. So this row is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are from 2, 3, 4, 5. Which has done absolutely nothing. So these are from 5, 6, and 8 without that being a 5. So this is from 6 or 8. Must be a 9 in this, but that... There's a lot of options still. There's 5 options in a 5-cell cage. If this is 7, this is 2, 9. No. Oh, by Sudoku, there's a 1 in here. 1, 1. This is 1, 9. It's been that way for ages. If this is 1, 9, this is an 8. Which means there's no 8 there. There is actually an 8 in one of these 3. Don't forget the middle one. It was the middle one. So this is an 8. So this is a 3, 4 pair. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And I know the order. That's the 9 and that's the 7. The order being determined by that. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. There's no 6 in the middle. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 again. Huh. There's no 8 there. This 4 is taking 4 out of those. This is 2, 3, 5, which means there is a 5 in one of those two, which puts a 5 in one of those two. I can't put a 1 in this cage because of those two 1s. So there's no 1 in here. So this is a little more restricted now. If there's a 2 in the cage, it's there. That's okay. So this has to have a 2 or a 3 in it. Yep. Often I just want to sit here and stew on an idea, but I'm presenting to apparently thousands of people on the internet, and just sitting here in silence is apparently not good. I'm trying to learn to think while talking, and it's frustrating my colleagues at work because now when I'm at working, I'm sitting there talking to myself constantly. Okay, so this 30 cage. Now, these two cells see all of this. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 doesn't work, because while I can do 6, 8, 9 down here, this can't be 3, 4, because that would break that cell. So 3, 4, 6, 8, 9 is no longer possible. But that's not enough of a... It's... I know 7 is in one of those two cells. What just happened? Oh, yeah, that's fine. 7 is in one of those two cells. Two, 4, 7, 8, 9 is not possible because 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 does not work because that doesn't give me 3 of 5, 6, 8, and 9. It only gives me 2 of them. So this is either 2, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So there must be a 5 and a 6 in this cage. Two, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. There must be a 5 in this cage, and it must be down here because it can't be there. So, again, this is from 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 is in here somewhere. If this is the 6, this would be a 3 because it couldn't be a 2. If this is the 6, I couldn't put a 2 in this cage. So this would be 6, 3. And this would be... And then this is 6. This would have to be 3. And then this would have to be 5, 7, 9. And it couldn't be because I can't put 7 in here. Because if this is the 6, there's nowhere to put the 3 and the 7. Oh, hang on. But if this is 6, and I couldn't put 2 in this cage if it was the other one. This is not the 6. So the 6 in this cage is not here. Could it be here? So it must be in this box. So this is actually from 2, 3, and 4. And it's not a 4 because I can't put... Because I can't put a 4 in the cage. It's 2, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So this has to be from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's not the 9 because the 9 in the row has to be down here. And the largest digit has to be down here. So the 5 is also in here. And the 5 is in here. Oh, that works. That's fine. Hang on. So 1 is down here. 1 is in one of these two cells. I've had that for a very long time. 2 is down here. 4 is up here. Where's 3 in this box? Lots of different places. Yeah, I'm struggling. So that's what I've missed. That's an 8. The 5 looked up and made that an 8. So what did that do? So these are 1, 3, 4, and 7. This is not a 1. Nope, that's not it. What am I talking about? There's no 1 or 4 there. Because the 1 and the 4 are in here. So this is a 3 or a 7. If this can't be a 3. Because this is a 2, 3, 4, and this has the other two digits are either 7, 9, 7, 8, or 6, 8. This is a 7. There's no 7 there. This is a 7. Now, this is a 7. So it's 2, 7, 9 or 3, 7, 8. That's the only possibility. This is an 8 or a 9. 8 can only go in one of those two cells now. This is now a 7. 7, which makes this the 9 and this the 7. That 9 looks down, making that 8. 7 and 8 is 15. This is the 3, which looks across, making that the 2, which forces this cage. This is 5, 6, 8, 9. So there's no 7 there. This is 5, 6, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. This is the 7. Five, 6, 8, 9. This 8 takes 8 out of there. Takes the 8 out of there. This is a 5, 6 pair. I need to put a 9 in this row, and I can't put it in this box. That's the 9. There's no 8 there. Why did I even do that? So what are these? 1, 2, 3, and 4? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, these are 3 and 4. So this is a 1, 2 pair. That's a 3, 4 pair in the column. This is not a 2. That's a 5, 6 pair in the column. So this is not 5 or 6. Hang on. This is the only place that 8 can go in this box. So there's no 8 there. What? This is a 5, 6 pair. This is the 8. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 3 is giving me the order, 6 and 3. The 6 looks up, making this 5 and 6. The 5 looks down. This is not the 5. In fact, there's a lot going on in this box, which I've ignored. This is 3, this is 2, this is 4. The 2 looks across, making this 3 and this 2. This 4 looks down, making this 1. This 2 looks down, making this 4 and this 2. The 4 looks up. This is not 4 or 3. This is the 1. And this 4 makes this 3 and this 4. Now, this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. There's no 9 here. So this is the 9. So this is a 1 and this is a 9. The 1 looks down, making this 2 and this 1. The 2 makes this not 2. This is a 5, 6 pair. So this is the 2. The 5, 6 pair, which means this is not the 5. This is the 3 and this is the 5. The 3 looks up, making that 4 and that 3. The 3 looks down, making that 4 and that 3. The 4 looks up making this 6 and this 4. The 6 looks down making this 5 and this 6, which looks across making this 5 and this 6. And the 6 looks up making this 5 and this 6. And that is Killer Booty by rockratzero. That was way harder than I expected without having anything that was particularly brutal in it. I, I don't know if the hardest spot was this, the sixes and sevens, or whatever it was going on in this cage that took me forever to find. Yeah, wow, very cool. Yeah, I want to see more puzzles like this where, I mean, I've done something similar to this, which is coming up in a future pack. But I wasn't, I'm not going to say whether it was this cool or not. I don't remember the puzzle, and it's not for me to judge my own puzzle, although I've done puzzles I think were cool. But I want to see more puzzles that sort of grab a constraint like this and then turn around and say, oh, and by the way, blah. Um, Dropping the largest digit to the bottom. I mean, doing something like that where the smallest digit had to be at the top, or all of the even digits had to be at the bottom, together or something. That sort of thing really adds sort of a level of, hang on a minute, but I have to keep these apart. Or even if you just did something like within cages, there was a negative V constraint or something, that would be, yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried looking into any of these, but that sort of thing that sort of gives you that little bit of an extra twist, I think is really cool. And this is why I think so many setters, if you look at, pardon me, Memrister's channel, and one of the questions he asks people is, if you could only set with one constraint, forever, what would it be? And so many setters say killer. And I think it's because it's so powerful. You can do so much with killer. And I think it's why it's the most popular constraint for both setters and solvers. Yeah, very, very cool puzzle. Thank you, rockratzero. This was stunningly fun. Oh well, I'm going to go and do one of the many other things I need to get done. I'm glad everyone is watching. I hope you've got this far. Yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.